Good morning, 6-8. Happy Monday morning. Good job sticking it out through our fourth week. We're starting off the fourth week of our daily coaching tips, and we want to take the information that we learned yesterday and bring some application to our Monday. So we're trying to inform you and inspire you on Sundays, and then we're trying to, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, apply this truth to our lives through some different categories. So hopefully these are helping you do that. Let's get into our passage today and get right to it. 1 John chapter 2, verse 28 through 3:1. And now, little children, abide in him, so that when he appears, we may have confidence and not shrink from him in shame at his coming. If you know that he is righteous, you may be sure that everyone who practices righteousness has been born of him. See what kind of love the Father has given to us, that we should be called children of God, and so we are. The reason why the world does not know us is that it did not know him. Today we're talking about how this passage applies to my relationship with God. And so we want to look at the references to God the Father here in this passage. John is talking to us like little children, and he's referring to our Father. So it's a very natural connection to look at how we relate to our Father, my relationship with my Heavenly Father today. And today I just want to look at two things. First, the passage about not shrinking back. You know, if you were a kid and you did something wrong and you were worried about, being caught, what would you do? You would shrink, you would hide, you would be afraid when your father came around or your mother came around that you might get in trouble. And that's kind of what he's talking about here. He says, doing the right thing. Make sure that you're doing the right thing so that you don't have to be worried, that you don't have to hide, you don't have to shrink back in shame when he comes because you've done the wrong thing. So continue practicing the righteousness like he talks about in verse 29. Practice the righteousness of God, not the righteousness of the world. We spent a little bit of time, at least yesterday, talking about how the righteousness of the world is different from the righteousness of God. So practice the righteousness of God so we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be afraid when he comes. We don't have to shrink back. And remember, that's a different righteousness. But I want to look at this relationship we have with God the Father. Now look at this, verse 1 of chapter 3. See what kind of love the Father has given to us that we should be called children of God. Some translations put a question mark there. See what kind of love the Father, what kind of love is this? What manner, what type of love is this that God the Father has given to us that we should be called children of God? Can you even understand it? And I just want to get into that. And that's what we are. We are children of God. That's what we are. We are children of God. What manner, what can you see? Can you imagine this kind of love that God has given us, that we should be called children of God? See, the great thing about the love of God is that this love of God provides for us the means to become children. See, that's different from, different from the way the world would define our love and our nature. See, the world would say we have to earn our place. We have to earn our acceptance. We have to work hard and we have to do the right thing so that we can be accepted, we can be approved. But the love of the Father is different. Do you understand how great this love is? Do you really grasp how great this love is? See, God calls us children, and he provided the means, he provided the way for us to become his child. That's some pretty good news. See, we aren't just God's children, but God has provided the way. This is the manner of love. This is the kind of love. This is the type of love that God has shown us. It's not just that he loves us like we think of love in a worldly way, but he loves us in a way that he provided the way for us to become his child. And so when we look at our lives today, when we look at how that applies to who I am and my relationship with God, what we need to understand is that the way has already been paid. The path has already been paved. All we have to do is live in that love. We have to live in that love. And what that means is practicing the righteousness of God. Living in that love means practicing the righteousness of God, which is, to be boiled down to its most simple fashion, is loving God and loving others. Loving God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and loving your neighbor as yourself. If we are doing these things, if we are practicing these things in their entirety, that is righteousness. Those are the commands that we've been given to love God and love others, and this is our righteousness. And so if we are amazed by, if we can just even start to fathom and grasp this love, this manner, this type, this kind of love that we've been given, it will drive us to do righteousness, which is loving God and loving the Father. So today we just need to look for areas in our life where we're not loving in that way, where we have expectations of people, and when they're not living up to those expectations, we just write them off, or when we are expecting people to earn our approval or to earn our acceptance or to earn our love, we should just give it unconditionally. Not our trust unconditionally, we've talked about that, but we need to give our love unconditionally, and we love them without requirement. And that's exactly the kind of love we've been given, so that is the love we should show. I guarantee you there's a way you can apply that to your life today. Have a great day, have a great Monday, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another daily coaching tip.